All right, my people. Good afternoon, and welcome to some the bus. I don't know how you'd want to pronounce it, but some gameplay of a bus sim with a new update that includes multiplayer. Simple enough. Hello, Dan, Tim, Transport Legend, and Lasagna. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm gonna try and get it cracking as soon as possible because I am short on time today. We'll be done in about. We should be done in about 2.5 hours from now, roughly. So we'll try and get it cracking as soon as possible. Hello, nerd. How are you doing? What was that? Welcome to you as well. I'm just gonna get the generic lo-fi going when I can. What should we do? Whispers of the Ocean. That sounds very demonic. SpongeBob lo-fi. SpongeBob lo-fi. You know what? Honestly, why not? I don't like the rain stuff though. Let me do this one. We'll do this one. Right. 4 days off. Lucky you, man. I'm working 16 hours tomorrow. That's partly why. Well, that is why I had to cancel the stream. I got a 16-hour shift tomorrow, an 8-hour one today, which I normally wouldn't have, but I thought I'd pick up some overtime. It was offered to me. And it also got me thinking about picking up more shifts for the future as well, which obviously would affect not so much the streams themselves, but it would definitely affect the schedule of the streams. Right, I need to get my telemetry going. That's why I've got this in my hand. I don't know. I don't know if like you guys were to see the QR code, if you'd be able to like hack into my bus or not. I don't know because I think it depends on the connection. So like, I don't think it would be physically possible. But you never know. I need to move this box over here. Okay. Now we're good. Not cancel this stream, mate. Tomorrow's stream's cancelled. We're gonna do some sim racing tomorrow, but I thought it's a little bit fortunate because I mean, aside from Henk, I don't think there's anyone that's shown too much interest in that. And also, I've been doing sim racing anyway, like off stream. So ultimately, I don't think I'll be missing out on much. So yeah, the bus. There was an update released yesterday. My own little hair stabbed me. It was inside my skin. I had to pull it out. Yeah, there was an update yesterday that officially released multiplayer. Multiplayer has been a thing, but only through not beta, but you had to like manually do it basically. It kind of was in beta. And now it's officially released. And yesterday, I saw a few. I tried one without mods, and my bus was in the sky because two of us spawned our bus at the same time, and then the buses just collided. I need to move the giveaway thing, don't I? So yeah, I don't know whether I'm gonna go into like a modded map, like Heisenberg, for example, which I do have. You know, there are some other one with mods. I like the fact that you can do modded servers and it tells you before you go in what you need. I think that's quite refined. This is no mods though. 19 out of 20. I hope I made it in before the 20th person joined. And you guys, and you'll kind of get to see what sort of how it is basically. You spawn into like the control center almost, I was very loud, but you can still hear me, so I should be alright. We've got someone's eyeballs in our face. So you spawn here basically, you go down to the computers down there and select a service from there. It seems to choose the bus for you rather than you choosing the bus yourself. Now obviously, okay, well there's a first problem. The fact there's squelching and wet floors and wet textures inside the building. So that's an issue. But I'm not surprised. It's a TMO and Aerosoft collab, so I mean, I'm not surprised at all, if I'm being honest. There's a reason why, you know, myself, Nabil, and many others are very critical of their work, because I mean, this is it, you know. Something like this should have been caught in alpha. You know, this should have made it into beta. So anywho, so you go up to these screens, give them a click, give it a little bit of time. And to be fair, it does tell you the bus here, so you got all the information here. When it starts, what line you're doing, what tour, and the bus. Now, I'll be surprised if there's any of the new bus. I see a lot of VDL action. Ah, Galactus Urban, there it is, starting in 13 minutes. Let's do that one. Let's do this one. So it should just spawn us there. I'm not going to do anything. It should just spawn us there. It wasn't scheduled. There was a stream scheduled for tomorrow. Oh, there wasn't, because I had something else planned, which I also completely forgot about. I think I made mention of it on a stream, but I didn't officially say anything about it. When did I even put it? Oh, I wrote it. When did I write the message? Did I not put out a message earlier talking about it? Am I losing my mind? Did I not put out a message earlier saying that tomorrow's stream would be cancelled? Because I've had it all my in my head this whole week. It's obviously based on the, well, I say obviously, if you know your bosses, you'll know that it's based on the name Galactus and the when this one was rated, but anyway. It's fully electric, some features, I think you can charge it. Well, that's not the advantage of it anyway. I think it's a pretty good looking bus. Really unbad? What does that mean? It looks unbad. Also, performance. I was complaining about performance the other day because I played on Monday evening or Tuesday evening and I had a horrible experience. Horrible experience. No matter what I did to my settings, it didn't even fix it. I think I even... Firefox? Really? I'm clicking it, but nothing happens. Yeah, I had a horrible experience with performance, and now we're good. And my 1440p and it's all like maxed out, which is good. Anyway, I am using my iPad as like a it's got a screen, basically it's got the bus computer on it, as you can see. So it's basically this screen over here, this one over here. It's a nice looking bus. Yeah, it's very, very decent, honestly. Let's get it started. I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's on. Okay, now it's on. I don't know why it doesn't go on. This one's a bit awkward because you can't really like make the steering wheel disappear like you do on OMSI, and you need to access the screens to turn on like the lights and stuff like that. So it's a little bit awkward. Okay, I am pressing. Okay, I'm pressing the light, but nothing's happening. It actually worked fine yesterday, funnily enough. Okay, it works like that, back in like default view. Okay. Lights on 100%. I think that's a little bit too bright. I don't know what this percentage is. I'm assuming it's higher than 30. Interior light left. How about dim? Okay. Or I can do, so I can either do right or left. I'll keep them on the right side, but dim. I don't know if this is actually functional heating mirror, but I'll do that because it is, you know, it is raining. We're going to need that at some point. I'll start our...
U-Bahnhof Leopoldplatz.
Okay, just so it sorts out, so I can know what time we're meant to be departing and stuff. We'll turn USBs on for people to be able to use the USB. We'll turn air conditioning on. We'll set our air conditioning temperature to... why isn't it on? It should be on. I turned it on. There we go. 20 degrees. Make it 19. Is that there? And I think we're good. Let's open the door so that they're not standing outside in the rain. So yeah, if we see any buses, basically, those will be other drivers, actual players, because there are no AI buses, unfortunately. Also, I forgot the key bag for Bibles. That's something we need right now. Bunch of electric stuff at the top. It's quite a short bus, but I guess that might make sense. This is what we're doing. So we've got about 5 minutes till departure. So I've been missing out on chat a little bit. Let me catch up. No excellent, not terrible. It's improved. It's bad. Usually, like in the sunlight, when there's like when the bright sun is out, it's not great. Hopefully it's better. We'll see. Dan, the thing is with this microphone, it needs me to be like this for it to capture my voice. So if I go here, it's going to sound a bit weird. If I go here, it's going to sound a bit weird. That's just naturally how the microphone is. Hello, Nilvinus, how are you doing? Been out of work all month, Tim. Why? Because of your injury? I hope my frames rate as good as it was yesterday. I hope they're still paying you though. I know some jobs try and cut corners when they can. I don't know what the deal is with like speeding up time. Seeing as we're playing online. Okay, yeah, you can't change the time. You can't change the weather. Who's admin? Oh, I can. Okay, so I guess you can have admin privileges and then change things from there. I should have pressed this yesterday. Reset boss. I didn't even notice it. There's so many passengers around. I also expect that the amount of traffic and people and stuff like that, those kind of settings, I assume are set by the host. Whereas obviously in single player you could just max out the traffic and whatnot. Hello Liquid Squid, how are you doing? I guess it's an acceptable middle ground, Tim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I highly doubt it. I would like to ask you guys a question. A lot of you here are here often. You guys are regulars, right? So I stream right now at a consistent time. I always schedule the stream. Sometimes obviously, you know, it doesn't always work out. Here's a player. Hello, mate. Oh yeah, you can also like sit down on people's buses, walk around, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm always more or less scheduling the stream at the same time these days. And if I like start doing more shifts at work, for example, or I don't know if I can get rid of that thing on the left. I think I can keep it up every time someone joins or leaves the server. Also, there's not much in the way of traffic for, you know, 9 in the morning in Berlin. Why is it so bouncy?
Luxemburger Straße.
Okay. Okay, my guy's gone. I thought maybe him walking around was causing things to bug out a little bit, but he's not there. Whoops. I just want to see how it bounces. Why is it so bouncy from the inside? Like, it's like there is some suspension action, but it's very natural from the outside. But then you go inside and it's a whole different story. And I don't know, I don't think it's the bus, because I drove this bus yesterday. And it was fine. It was a different variant of this bus, to be fair, but it was still this bus. Okay. No. Just no. No. Sorry. Yeah, so basically, I mean, there's so many different time zones between you guys, and so many different locations. I'm gonna go to the Heisenberg stuff. What do I need? I think I have the Heisenberg mod, and I think I need a Solaris one. I don't have the Solaris one. Can I access the workshop from here? Heisenberg, right? Active, that was it. It will come as a pack, so I don't need to do anything separately with the repaints. Graphics looks great in that situation, but in the bright sunlight, it may be a bit different. When it says restart, I basically say yes, and then it doesn't restart. So I don't know what exactly wants me to restart. Whether it is actually the entire game itself or not. But I'll restart the entire game itself, and then just to be safe. Because you would think it means restart the game rather than restart the mod menu. But usually in games when you press like OK to restart, it would restart. Or for the games that don't do it, well, it would just close the game, and then it's up to you to open it back up again. But basically, the question I wanted to ask earlier was if I started to stream at different times, how disruptive would it be? Let's say that time would be between, if I'm talking UK time, and right now it's 1:30 in the UK, that time would be between, let's say, late morning, so like 11 a.m. So any time between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. It would be 3 hours, but any time between those times. And obviously it would be in the schedule, so it wouldn't just be like you find out on the day that I'm streaming at some ridiculous time for your time zone. Because I'm just considering basically spending more time at work. And obviously a sacrifice has to be made somewhere. That's going to be the case. Is audio taken from like a corner? Let's give that bus another go. That's not the bus motor, no, this is an electric bus. That indeed is not the bus motor. Very loud. I'll let you guys see it over here. Oh, sorry.
Hi, ein Ticket bitte.
Oh god, I need to get used to these places. I don't know about these places. Wait, is the right one? It's calculating the route. It's taking a minute. I feel like the bus is trying to move a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know what beef this bus has with the physics. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you look at like the pavement, you can see that the bus is just dancing a little bit. It's too loud out there, man. Way too loud out there. Departure. Alright, we're departing now, but the map still hasn't sorted itself out. It still hasn't given me the route. I don't remember how long it took in Berlin, but I don't think it took this long to give me the route. Or if I get moving and then maybe it sort of helps it out. Okay, I can't get moving, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Still hasn't given me a route, but there's no roads here, so I assume we would continue on as normal. Still trying to work it out. I don't think we'd be needing to go down there. Still trying to work it out. But this multiplayer thing doesn't work out. Oh god. That was weird. It's like, the bus feels like it's skating on ice. Look, look. It's not really doing, it's sort of just doing its own thing. It's reacting like very slowly. I don't think that's got to do with it being a bendy bus. If I can't get this multiplayer, like the title says, it's multiplayer if it works. I can't get the bus to do what I want it to do. Why is it? Let's go and do it. Look, it goes the opposite way. If I can't get multiplayer to behave, I'm just going to go in single player. Everything should work relatively fine. Should I go this way? Everything should work relatively fine in multiplayer. Like it's got the arrival time for the next stop. It just doesn't have the routes mapped out. It's a bus and not a car. Right, my friend, but I've driven many buses in this game and obviously.
Moin. Könnte ich bitte ein Ticket haben?
And that's not an issue that I've ever had before. Still trying to work the route out. That NPC walking a bit funny is not something that you would actually see in the game. The NPCs are usually decent, but I don't know whether it's because multiplayer isn't really ready to be out. I don't know whether it's to do with being on a modded map.
Nächste Haltestelle. Markt.
But whatever it is, this bus just simply is not handling how it should be. It's not it for me. It's nothing to do with the wheel rotation. Even if I was on like 500-degree rotation, the bus should respond when I turn left. The bus should start turning left, not turn right, and then start turning left. And as much as it was doing all that bouncy business in the previous map, it was steering fine. The steering was fine. It was just the rest of it that wasn't very fine. Can we go to most back and go to multiplayer? I don't remember what the first. This was it, I think. Hydro. I think that was the one that we went on the first time, and the thing was crashing. Bugs, lags, and crashes may occur. You don't say. Real no mods. Let's go. Let's try this one. Adjust mods. See, it's on that restart thing again. I'm just assuming it's the game that is asking to reset and not something else. Like I've got quite a limited time today, and I would like to actually play a little bit. I think we are going to end with single player. I'm giving multiplayer one last blast. You know what? As a matter of fact, no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna turn on my. We're just gonna do Berlin. I'm not gonna do Heisenberg. It's been deactivated anyway. Give me that one as well. Actual ticket prices, real car brands. Leave that. New banknotes. Leave all of these. Okay, that's it. Oh my god. I've genuinely tried to give this game many a chance. I've tried to give it many a chance. And every time I come back to it, it makes it so difficult to stay. And I can stay, I'll come back to it and I'll stay. But I always end up leaving. Always. I want to do Route 142. I don't think I've done that one yet. That's the most recent route that's been brought into the game. 959, yeah, I don't really mind, to be honest. We'll do the 12 meter 2-door Galaxies. Yeah, control mode realistic. I'll leave it at that. That's done. We'll start. I don't know if I did any single player gameplay yesterday. Maybe that was why the performance was so smooth, because like all the traffic and stuff was turned down. This will be the real test. I've got dynamic weather on as well. I don't know why it constantly seems to be raining.
Bahnhof Leopoldplatz.
The camera should stick. When the doors are open, you look right.
Hi.
The camera should stick. But it's not
Guten Morgen. Ich hätte gerne einen Fahrschein. Kann ich das mit Karte zahlen? Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Ladies Customs is actually a decent way to live. People are alive, they talk. Now, when I drove this yesterday, it actually drove the way I would expect a bus to drive. As in, physics-wise, as in it's not bouncing around. It actually felt better. It was a better bus driving experience than all the other buses in the game. We should be leaving now, actually. But that was when I drove it for like literally a few minutes. So we'll see whether see how long the praises go on for. Because generally speaking, when it comes to the actual bus driving aspect, this game doesn't offer a good experience. To be blunt.
Luxemburger Straße.
Is that like the US in general though, Tim, or is that like your particular area? Because to be fair, in OMSI there is a Chicago route and people pay with cards there, although I don't know whether it's just like a purchased card, if that makes sense. Like I don't know exactly how the transport works there, right? So I don't know whether it's like a purchased card or whether they were tapping their bank cards, but this route came out in like 2012 or something. Yeah, I don't know, it could just be a ticket system. But they were using some sort of card. I just, yeah, didn't look too much into it. Well, I mean, I'm not touching multiplayer again, and so what's the word? All I have to say on it really is it doesn't seem ready yet for release. I had an issue yesterday when I tried it, and I've had 2 issues on the first 2 servers that I've tried. It's not ready to be released. Then you've got the other issues like there's the oops, I missed a bloody stop. The other issues like the wet textures and wet floor sounds inside the building. That is just general, very generic TML and Aerosoft game design. Like, I am not surprised at all that everything is sort of in the state that it's in. That's just TML and Aerosoft for you. Like, my criticism, and Nabil is someone else who will give both these companies a lot of criticism as well, is very much on the foundation of this criticism is very much on solid ground. And you know, this game's been out since 2021, and in that space, yes, they've come out with multiplayer. I think this is the 3 bus DLCs now, 2 of which are unlicensed. The map's been expanded a little bit. They've added a couple of routes.
Hello.
But the core issues, the bus physics, the bus sounds, you know, the core driving experience hasn't changed. You know, game performance hasn't really improved much.
Kiaucho-Straße.
And you know, it's like, yes, there's obviously development there. It's just in the wrong areas. You know, the conversation that you guys heard yesterday that I played over TTS was a conversation between a developer of a new map DLC coming to the bus, the Hamburg DLC. and someone from the community, a mod author, a map author from the community. And, you know, even though they went a studio that the core studio behind the game is a studio that was developing a mod for the game, you could see the kind of culture and the kind of attitude that's being applied
Hi,
with
ein
regards to
Fahrschein
this
bitte.
game. And the proof is in the pudding, you know. Even if they were showing off a different attitude, the proof is in the pudding. You know, OMSI, which is over a decade old now, running on a crappy engine, if we're being honest, a horrible engine,
Hi,
who's,
ich hätte gerne einen
you
Fahrschein.
know, the
Kann ich
core
das mit Karte
developers of that
zahlen?
game have long fallen out, you know, aren't even around anymore. Like, and the game is still king. The game is still king when it comes to boss sim. Fern Boss Simulator didn't put a dent into OMSI's reputation. This game hasn't put a dent into OMSI's reputation. It's like, how can a game that's so old, that runs even worse in terms of performance than this game, still be king? Hello, Sammy. How we doing, mate? We are bussing today, fortunately or unfortunately, on this game. Even local coach services don't accept cash or fare card. But yeah, definitely living a bit in the early 2000s, which I think is being nice. If I compare it to the early 2000s, and yeah, like you said, not the 80s or anything of the sort. And the thing is, right, like I said, the passengers are done very, very well. The passengers are done well. The map detail is like incredible. But those things come after, you know, mod support, incredible. But these things come after you've nailed down the core game first, so that the mods that now come up out of the soil, their true quality can come out as well, and they can even be made better. And then the entire game, generally speaking, goes up a notch. But when the base is rocky and unsteady, everything else that follows is going to be the same. Hello, Lee. Go to buy a gaming PC to play the boss.
Hi, ein Fahrschein bitte. Moin.
The PC building or PC parts, or however you want to name it, genre is so wide that I cannot give you one answer for the best parts or the best PC for your price. You will have to go and do some digging, number one. Number two, I've been away from PC building for a little while, and so in terms of the best value memory, CPUs, PSUs, I'm not very clued up on all of that right now, so you'll have to do your research. You'll do well looking around on Reddit and asking around on Reddit. You can ask around on the Linus Tech Tips forum as well. But honestly, I'm a bit washed.
Herleberger Brücke.
I'm a bit washed in that regard. Game's still very loud. I've turned it down a fair bit. Like, it's not too bad in my earphones, but I can see on OBS that it's like matching my volume. Tim, just make sure you do your research beforehand.
Kruppstraße.
Just make sure you do your research beforehand. There's not much things worse when it comes to this topic than buyer's remorse. it really is worth the time, you know, doing some research. I mean, I've built many a PC, and you know, at least once upon a time I was fairly clued up. That was really only down to being into it, you know, wanting to build my own PC and just doing research, and it was something I ended up falling in love with. Like, my dad built many a PC when I was younger, and he'd have me help him put it together, and you know, the very generic hold this and hold that son and dad thing. But that never got me into it. I never took any interest into computers from that. I never really cared much for it. It seemed kind of cool, but I had no interest in it. So I never really got into PCs until I got myself into PCs, if that makes sense. Sammy, if you've got £1,000 and you want a gaming system, you don't choose a laptop over a desktop. Laptops, you just can't get this level of performance that I've got in my PC, for example, on a laptop for the same price. Financially speaking, from the companies that put these things together, from their point of view, it's not viable. A lot of, what's the word? Not corners get cut. There's another one. A lot of, the word's gone. But basically, even if you have, so even like a 5090, for example, yeah, the 5090 that you can get for a desktop, when it comes to a laptop, for example, it can say 5090, but there are many different variations depending on the power, depending on the wattage of the 5090 in the laptop. So you've got that content to contend with. Not every 5090 or every 5080 or every 4060 or whatever it may be is the same on laptops. It all depends on the power input. Then you've got obviously value. In terms of value, like I said, the same performance will, if we're talking one particular performance, like my PC, for example, it will always be cheaper on a desktop than it would be on a laptop. Now, where the excess comes from, it's not that they're upcharging for the sake of it for the same performance, but obviously it's on a laptop, right? You can pick it up and take it with you wherever you want. You pay that premium in other ways. And for other features, which, to be fair, for the most part makes sense. But if you have the choice between a laptop and a PC, and you have a set amount of money, and you don't, like, it doesn't matter, you're not worried about compatibility, how compact your system needs to be, always go for a desktop. Always, always, always. Looks like it beats Bus Simulator on console. It might do, but I'm gonna tell you what. If you try to play this on console, if this suddenly came out for like PS5 or Xbox One S, is that the best one? It just wouldn't run. It just would not run. You'd have a horrid time trying to get this to work, let alone get it to work smoothly on a console. Like you see how smoothly I can play TSW, right? With all its issues on console. I'm playing this at about 40, if I had to guess. I don't have a counter, but usually I'm pretty precise with my. I'm pretty precise when it comes to assessing frames, and yeah, I'm at about a 40 here. Compromises. Thank you, Liquid Squid. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Yeah, you can't swap out components. Having the ability to change the memory is becoming something that's more and more common these days. but you still won't find it everywhere. There's a laptop I saw a review of recently, actually earlier this week, that didn't have swappable memory. So there is always that possibility that that's something you'll be contending with in a laptop. That is crazy to me. How that's not a standard by now is just wild to me. But yeah, you're basically stuck with what you have in terms of GPU, CPU. There are a couple of laptops where you can change the CPU, but not many, and they're not cheap. Like a good gaming laptop, looking at $2,500 probably and above. As in like a gaming laptop. A laptop that can do gaming, yeah, you can get that for $1,000. Up to $2,000. Like a gaming capable laptop. This game is good in your mind. Like, I always, knowing the issues that this game has, I still think of it very fondly. And that's why I keep coming back to it. And then I play it, and then I'm very quickly reminded of the reality. I know it's giving me a hell today, man. Oh. Oh god, Sammy, we did not need to bring that one back. We did not need to bring that one back. Bless me. I think I'm gonna take some paracetamol. I haven't got any on hand. Oh, what did you clip? The car flying. Thank you. Now every time I feel like I want to go back to this game, I'll just watch that, and I'll be reminded. There's so much potential. So much potential in this game. Like, it's like this game really could like get ahead of OMSI. With all it would take is just some dedication, some passion, some dedicating and passion, man. And like it wouldn't even take a year. With the foundation that we have, it wouldn't even take a year. Honestly. Such a shame, man. Thank you. Such a shame.
Robert Koch Platz.
Like, they've done. I don't listen. I haven't been to Berlin, right? But they've done like it. Look, do you get it? Like it's 1-to-1. Like, as someone who hasn't been to Berlin, so doesn't know, like, hasn't been there, hasn't seen it, right? The real thing. I'm sold. I'm sold. And there are people who have been to Berlin who have said, you know what? Yeah, they've banged it. In terms of map, they've absolutely banged it. But I mean, again, no one says they haven't. It's just the other stuff, man. Like, there aren't even AI buses, right? We get AI trains that you see around, but we haven't even got AI buses. Like we're the only bus driving around. And it's just these little things, man. It's like there's like a bunch of decisions on the table, a right one and a wrong one, and every single time they've chosen those little decisions, they've chosen the wrong ones.
Hi.
You can choose how often they ask for tickets, by the way. So it's not that they're just zombies. It's just that I've got that turned down to like 10%, I think. 10% chance that they'll ask for a ticket. Steam Deck, I think Steam Deck is an amazing piece of kit, to be completely honest with you. I think Steam Deck is an amazing piece of kit. Could be worth checking the compatibility. I think there's a list somewhere of all the compatible games for the Steam Deck. I don't know why that wasn't set already. Something changed with my keybinds. I had that set literally yesterday.
Hannoversche Straße.
I hope this lane isn't just for turning right. Is the rest of the audio too quiet now? Have I done it too much to the other side, or is all the audio okay? Ah, yes, the donut lane. You would know all about that, wouldn't you? You would know all about the donut lane. Thank you, Sammy. Been very busy with work. I hope it's been going well, man. I hope it's been going well. 4 donuts, buy donuts. I do like a donut, so maybe it's all maybe it's destiny. Maybe it's all meant to come together.
Tucholsky Straße.
The thing with this game I found out is, yeah, see with OMSI, it can be a nightmare. Performance can be horrid. But you tune your settings, and then you get a smooth experience no matter what map you play on. In this one, there's no tuning. I've used the DLSS equivalent in the game, nothing. It just makes everything just like crap. I've tried turning things down, nothing. And the fact that Rivet Games are working on a DLC for this game really tells you all you need to know. I think this is one that's going to go back to being uninstalled. And it's going to sit in my library. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. And anytime there's something new, some news, I'm going to read. You know, I'm going to continue following the progress of the game. But I can't continue investing my time into it. I mean, Tim, I asked the same thing about these developers, both Aerosoft and TML. The issues they have in their games are, if it's one thing they bang, it's consistency. Oh, if it's one thing they do right, bro, it's consistency. Their games are consistently buggy.
U-Bahnhof Rosenthaler Platz.
Potential is consistently left on the table. Oh man, they get that right. But no. For now, OMSI is still king, and if I want to play a bus sim, OMSI is the way forward. And honestly, for you guys as well, if you guys want a bus sim, this ain't it. It's like Fernbus sim. Do you know how much potential is in that game, being more or less the only coach sim on the market? The only coach sim in the market. And there's a lot of interest in it. You know, it's still a niche, but within the niche, there's a lot of interest. Just nothing's been done with it, man. Couple DLCs every other year. Typical. So typical.
U-Bahnhof Rosa-Luxemburg-Platz.
It's an Aerosoft and TML special, Sammy. Bro, listen, SnowRunner devs. Like, there are some really good games out there, man. All the games have been popping up, like, off late. You know? Look at Schedule. Schedule's got everyone by the throat right now. Schedule 1. And it's the most basic game. Like, it's so basic, but it has the essence of a good game. Do you get it? The devs paying attention to what the players are saying. No one even asked for a bloody drug dealing game, a drug dealing sim, and yet it's doing incredibly well. Hello Simon, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. No trams, no AI buses. Physics are trash. Like, it's a good game to look at. The graphics are nice. And then what? If I was to play this game where, in a way where I load it up and I just sit back and look at it, oh yeah, that would be you know, absolutely. But that's not what it's for. I need something for my nose, man. I need to do something about this. It's excessive at this point. This update was so lackluster, yeah, that in the trailer for it, bear in mind this bus was part of this update, yeah? The trailer for this update, or was it the bus? Either the bus or this trailer, or the trailer, sorry. I think it might have been this bus. Anyway, they released the trailer, 30 seconds, it was only 30 seconds long, and only about 10 seconds of it was the bus. I'm pretty sure it was a trailer for this bus. About 10 seconds of that trailer was this bus, and the rest of the 20 seconds or 15 seconds was just the map and other buses that were already in the game. Like, doesn't that tell you all you need to know? They're unable to even advertise what they're trying to advertise because there's just nothing to advertise. It is the same company as Fernbus, yes, Simon. And Tourist Bus Simulator. The Fernbus and Tourist Bus are the same game in different locations. I'm getting pushed from behind. I'm holding, my foot is on the brake, my hands are here. My foot is on the brake. There's an AI pushing me from behind. Was it this one, the red one? I don't even know. My foot was flat on the brake. In all honesty, if I wasn't dedicated to streaming this game today, I would put it down. I would have put it down already. From the disaster that multiplayer was, I would have put it down. I've heard a couple things of CTS, Tim. I'm not going to say anything. Hello. Oh, hello, CP. How you doing, mate? Strange to see you on TikTok. The things I've heard about CTS, not having played it myself, are just typical of the issues we have right now with a lot of these games. I'll put it that way. That's a general vibe I get from the reviews of CTS. I'm even going into Subway Sim 2 with caution. I'm gonna buy it. I won't be able to buy it anyway until like the day after it comes out, but I'm gonna see the reviews and stuff first. Because I just don't have faith. I just don't have faith anymore in the games that are coming out to be worth their asking price, to be worth just downloading, worth their bandwidth.
Am Friedrichshain.
What do you mean by skive off, Sammy? As in like leave the stream? Yeah, Simon, this game is not on PS5. There's no way they could get this game to run even at 10 frames a second on PS5. Berlin is done very, very well from what I see and also from what I've heard. Berlin is, the modeling of Berlin, the city itself, is amazing, is incredible. It's just everything else. So SimRoad DLC looking bad? I don't know about SimRoad DLC. Why is it looking bad? Yeah, every game coming out. The DLC is in the game. It's just DLC. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my hands on it day one.
Weinstraße.
But I will get my hands on it when I can. Incompetent and passionate devs. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what was literally said to them in the conversation yesterday that I was playing over TTS. And they're like, no, you can't call us incompetent. Now, yes, that was a conversation with another dev, not the ones that created the core game. Point still stands. This is not a mod, Simon, no. This is the default game. What is a mod is some cars, some AI cars have real logos on them. That's a mod. The cash that NPCs give you is an updated, it's the latest Euro notes. That's a mod. And there's like real brands on cars. That's also a mod, but nothing else. All the issues that I'm pointing out are core game issues.
Platz der Vereinten Nationen.
The DLC isn't a game. It's content for a game. Hello, Holy Trucker. It's going okay. The game's not going great. I've got a little bit of a sniffle. Other than that, I can't complain too tough.
Morgen.
Simon, it is, and I haven't even been there before. I haven't even been there. But when SCS released the updated Berlin in Euro Truck Sim 2, my first initial thought when I was seeing the area was, oh my god, this is like the Berlin from the bus. But obviously, it's not. It's from Berlin, the city of Berlin in reality. But this game just represents it so well that it makes it. Berlin is just instantly recognizable for me because of this game. How much of the city is in it?
Hi.
I don't know by like a stats, but you basically get this. So a bit of meter, if I pronounce that correctly. A bit of Charlottenburg, Friedrichshain. And I don't know what this is called. So, a decent bit. Enough that it takes you well over an hour to do an end-to-end service. So, a decent bit. And Hamburg is coming. Hamburg is on its way. I don't know what the ETA for that is. Meter, okay, thank you. Meter. Well, Tim, check out the reviews. Check out the reviews first. Thank you, nerds. That was great in my ears. Thank you.
U-Bahnhof Strausberger Platz.
Just in case I wasn't awake already. Yeah, a decent bit, which may have something to do with, you know, the not so great performance. But there's things that can be done, man. It's close to 3 hours format. There you go. Lichtenberg, thank you. You know your stuff. You've seen gameplay and it's decent. Then you know what? If it's gonna tick your boxes, Tim, go for it, man. Because everyone will give their review based on their expectations, you know. So if it ticks your boxes, go for it, man. I don't know if you do, Simon. I don't know if you do. One thing this game does very well, without a doubt, is graphics, visually. You know, they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it makes the game nice to watch, nice to look at. It makes it desirable. But as a bus sim, yeah, as a bus sim, it's just not a good game. The bus physics are trash, as are the sounds. As is the general driving feel. You know, the force feedback and the such. It's not a good bus sim. If you want to go out and walk around because you can walk around and explore Berlin on foot, and that's the way you want to play, then yeah, absolutely. I understand the desire to get it. But if you want to get it just because it's a bus simulator and nothing else, you'll be sorely disappointed. There's no one here. No one wants to get off.
Stralauer Platz.
And we're somehow still very behind our schedule. Oh no, we're not. We're early. Arrival 10:45 and it's 10:39. Yeah, no, we're early. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit at the next one. Hello, Nabil. Check DMs. How are you doing? Hey! Let's go. Oh, it's not even where I'm going. Let's go. Mad. I was even meant to talk to you about that yesterday and I forgot, man. Yeah, bro, of course, man. I should like, it's, of course, you know? Of course. I am going the wrong way. Am I going the wrong way? Did I take the wrong turn? I think I took the wrong turn. I wasn't looking. We'll go around. At least it will help us shave off some time that we're, all of our early time. Nice one, bro. I did miss a turn, but we're super early anyway, so I guess we'll be able to pass time that way. Yeah, now we're just exploring Berlin, exactly. You've watched the Land 100 and 200 real-world video. Bus ready, even have all the tour locations of the game and architecture. Listen, the Berlin here is 1-to-1. 1-to-1. They've got all the buildings. I just see like even licensing that they probably shouldn't have. I've seen like shops of like a Coca-Cola thing and stuff like that. Now there's no way they have licensing to do that, but they do it anyway. Now I'm not complaining. The fake X6 with the M livery. I should be on the other side, shouldn't I? I wonder where we're gonna get to do a U-turn. I don't know where they're trying to make me go to, yeah. Whoops. This would actually be illegal in London. But there's no one here again, but we'll just hold here for a bit. We're still a few minutes early. Simon, bro, the foundation is set for an actual good bus sim. Which one is one of Subway's 4 CPU? What country does that feature? The potential for this game to be the best bus sim we have ever seen is there and has been there from the start. They're just not doing anything with it. Oh, really, Nabil? Oh, this one here. Wow. Right, so we should be at this one. But I went past here though, and there was no passengers, so I'm not quite sure what they expect of me here. I came through here, there's no passengers. Oh, hello. It looks like it's broken off, Holy Shocker, does it? In what way?
Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus. Please leave the bus here.
Let's see if anyone's left any trash behind. Wait, it's the last stop, brother. Get off. Well, I can't force them to get off.
S-Bahnhof, Ostbahnhof.
It was to go to the depot. Oh yeah, they're very, very tight. Those tunnels are very, very tight. Speed up time though we can't in multiplayer. Nabil, you won't be surprised to hear that I'll be uninstalling this game after this stream. Oh my! I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to exit from the main menu and I just saw the door and I thought, yeah, that's the one. Okay, no worries. It'll give us a chance to do something else. I'm gonna do an airport run. Give me a long boy, yes. 18 meters, 4 doors. This one. The weather synced to Berlin in reality. Yeah, I bought my last 2 Assetto Corsa DLCs from G2A. Right, the airport is modelled nicely. Performance is nice over here as well. I guess it just is the environment that brings down the performance.
Flughafen Tegel.
I don't know how long this route takes. I hope it doesn't take longer than an hour.
Hi.
That's all we've got.
Moin. Ein Fahrschein bitte. Hi. Ein Ticket bitte. Danke.
It's an express, but it's a long one. It's a long one. It'd be nice if I can get the map up here, and then I can like clear the HUD completely. I used to know this route pretty well. I think it's like my most driven route. It's been a while now though. When are they coming out, Tim? Is there a release date yet? I should have done what that police van did, to be honest. This guy's a flipping muppet. Next couple of months, okay. You can save up a little bit. As well, Groningen. I mean, you've watched enough gameplay, Simon. You've read enough reviews, so you're in the perfect position now to decide. And he's staying in this lane. He wasn't even moving over to the left. So what are you doing? Surprised we didn't get hit by that AI. Oh, you haven't watched any gameplay? Oh yeah, I forgot you said you were going to avoid spoilers. Yeah. What about reviews? Have you read any reviews?
Buchholzweg.
Hi.
Hi, ein Ticket bitte.
Where's my left indicator? Yeah, I use those skins sometimes, Holy Trucker. I use them sometimes. Yeah, I think Tim summed it up really nicely. I don't have anything else to add, to be honest. Express bus services are actually goated.
S-Bahnhof Omsenstraße.
Okay, I thought it was going to get noisy for a minute. I recognise this section from Omsi. There's a route that comes from the left. The default map. No, it's not this one. I don't think it's this one. I think it's another one I'm thinking of. Very similar to this.
Hi, ich brauche einen Fahrschein. The double decker is my personal favourite Holy Trucker. I love driving it on Omsi as well when I play that. We have to dock down on a few lines on the underground. The Bakerloo line being one of them. You can't like stand full length and get onto most of the trains of the underground. Piccadilly, Victoria line, Central line, Jubilee line, Bakerloo line. If you're tall, you have to... Nothing major, not squat, just, you know, bend your neck in a little bit.
Turmstraße, Beuselstraße.
Best way to live life, Sammy. I do have the Edinburgh to Glasgow engineering pack. It gives you some scenarios. It's not like there's things to do, you know. It's not like a crappy pack. But obviously, I know freight is not everyone's cup of tea. I don't remember off by heart what comes with it. I know there's a couple scenarios at least. You get the DRS livery Freight 66, which is nice and different from the usual one.
Hi, ein Fahrschein bitte.
Guten Morgen.
Hallo. Danke.
He just hit me on the sides. I've just been hit. These 30-kilometer limits are really annoying. Just like the 20 ones we have here, I guess. I don't see why we can't drive at 50 here. Kilometers, that is, not miles.
U-Bahnhof Turmstraße.
Like if the fear is people dying, just delete the roads. Remove vehicles altogether. Because after this, are we now going to start seeing like 15-kilometer-an-hour limits? And so on and so forth. It's a beautiful train to drive, Dan. I've said this before, but apparently it's not so much in reality. I've seen some train drivers on TikTok complaining about it. But hey, it's a blast to drive on TSW, and it's still my favorite train in the game, so I'll just stay away from driving it IRL if ever given the opportunity.
Guten Morgen.
Yeah, those would be cool. Those would be very cool. The shop on the right is open 23 hours. I wonder what the owner's doing the other hour of the day. I don't think I've seen an EWS or DB37 ever. I don't think I've ever seen a 37. I think I saw a 45 once. I've never seen a 37. Please pick up your phone, whoever's phone that is. Jesus Christ. I need to install like a signal jammer on the bus. The RHCT edition was actually a really nice one. Very different than the usual DLCs that we'll see from TCG. And I'm surprised that we haven't really seen anything like it since. I'm surprised that we saw it in the first place, but also surprised that we haven't seen anything like it again. I'm sure I'd still be able to find them outside of London and in other parts of the UK, because that was where I saw a Class 08, and the 45 is when I was way outside of London, when I was on my way to Southampton, about halfway or so to Southampton. You'd never get, I don't know if maybe we do get some interesting stock in London, maybe at night time, maybe, I don't know, at very specific times, but I have never seen anything different in London. Me. North London line and West Coast Main line probably your best bet. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. I feel like a tram right about now. A bus would never have been able to make that. IRL. When was the last time you cracked one open, Sammy? I'm assuming it's been a minute. I know that was for the tram. I'm a tram. There's an Audi. I count myself as a tramp.
Hauptbahnhof.
Ah, the P is silent. Hauptbahnhof. I always pronounce the P, but very softly. I've been getting it wrong this whole time. I think it's worth buying Holy Trucker. I think you can have a bit of fun with what we have now in the game, and you're also at the same time buying into what's coming. And if you have faith that Kunos will bring all the stuff they're saying into the game, then you're investing in it early, because the price will go up when more content starts to, you know, when even more content is added into the game. So you could be saving yourself a buck in terms of what the price will be in the future. But there's enough there to keep you occupied. You know, no multiplayer yet, but there's quite a bit. I would say it's worth considering. Why don't you take any with you, Sammy? Is that not possible?
Hallo, kann ich bitte ein Ticket haben?
Guten Morgen.
Oh, it is a very softly pronounced P, okay. I've seen it in games, I've never seen the inside of it though. Or maybe I've been sent a picture of it before, but I just don't remember. I may have seen it. I may have seen it. Ah, I'm not having a great time, fellas. Fair enough, Sammy. It is a shame that they are a bit... It is a bit difficult to find them sometimes.
Invalidenpark.
Right back to being slumped. I'll be 20 years old next year. I think that makes sense though, to be fair, because it looks fairly modern. It looks fairly modern, not like current gen model, but it looks modern enough that makes sense. They would be 20 years old. It does not look like the day to be hot.
Hi, ich benötige einen Fahrschein. Kann ich das mit Karte zahlen?
Robert-Koch-Platz.
Cargo Line 3 is coming out the 1st of May. So are we done? Are we done for DLCs then for April? There's nothing more coming out this month. SES announced a special stream on Tuesday and a new DLC for Season 2 is coming. I know about the road trip stuff, but I don't know about anything else that they may have planned. We are running very late, by the way. Very, very, very late.
Charité Campus Mitte.
Moin.
Real feast and famine of TSW DLCs, of course, as it always is at this time of year. Racing to beat the financial end of year. But nothing while the next TSW is in the works. I'm assuming there are two separate lanes here. I'm definitely treating it as if there is. Is your goal to have like all of them, Simon? To buy everything? It does look really good. I don't know what the most recent news is with it and its performance on PlayStation. Does look really good though. No denying it.
Marschallbrücke.
Oh, fall behind the ones you want, okay.
Morgen. Ich benötige einen Fahrschein.
I think that's completely valid.
S- und U-Bahnhof Brandenburger Tor.
I think it will get to a point when it comes to storage of CSW that on people's systems there would need to be a drive dedicated to DLCs and to TSW. It will get to a point where if you own the majority, if not all, the DLCs, it just won't be possible to have it installed on where you have all your other stuff.
Guten Morgen.
Hallo, ein Ticket bitte.
U-Bahnhof unter den Linden.
They need to separate the routes from the road and stuff. Well, they do that nowadays, but they weren't doing that once upon a time. And so everything that's currently in the game that didn't have that separation, just seems to be the end of that. It would just always be one big thing.
Staatsoper.
Morgen. Einen Fahrschein bitte.
No, it's the same thing on PC, Simon. pretty certain it is.
Spandauer Straße, Marienkirche. Alexanderplatz, Lemhardstraße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus. Please leave the bus here.
This one hasn't been too bad, to be honest, whether it's performance or... I mean, there was that one incident with the NPCs, but for the most part, that wasn't too bad. Look at the detail on the railings. I don't know how it does some things so well, and then does other things so not well. I feel like they just saved the licensing, the container licensing for DLCs. Like we've gotten a few, and they've all been paid. Not saying they're like they've got the licensing sorted and they're saving them for that purpose, but eventually when we do get that, it's most likely going to be a paid product. Let's have a look if there's any trash that's been left behind. And we'll call it there. I know it's a bit of a short one. But in all honesty, I think I fulfilled the bus quota for the month, if not for the year. And I don't know. It's a sorry and sad state of affairs with this game, man. That word potential just keeps coming up over and over and over and over and over and over again. It could be so much more. So much more. And it's such a shame that even after 4 years now, even after 4 years, it still hasn't begun to even show promise that it would fulfill that potential. But like I said, it's a game I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm most likely going to uninstall it and just keep an eye on it, see how it progresses, continue wanting better for it and hoping that it achieves that, but not necessarily believing that might be the case. Hello Gibbles. This is not a new bus game, no, it's the bus. Simron, now, I told you at the beginning that I have work. So you want me to just casually not attend work and stream Simro instead? Not that I wouldn't have fun streaming Simro, but you know, priorities, innit? I mean, if you have a desk, Gibbles, you could put this on a desk. There are many wheels that you can put on a desk. Full-time streamer now, am I? Oh, okay, full-time streamer with a below part-time salary. £60 every 2 months is not enough to sustain me, I'm afraid. Cancel up with Simron. No, thank you. No, thank you. And before I have any further devil whispers in my ears, I am going to call it there. Not enough bits. Nowhere near enough bits, my friend. Nowhere near enough bits. Nowhere near enough subs. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. There will be a stream tomorrow. So we'll be back on Monday. So yeah, it's been a short week. It's been a short week. But I think I've done what I can. No pressure, nerd. No pressure, no stress. No pressure, no stress, my man. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely weekend ahead. Happy Easter to you lot who do up Easter. Enjoy the bank holiday and all of that good stuff. And yeah, should be Monday. I don't think I've got anything planned for Monday, so I should be seeing you guys on Monday. Until then, take care of yourselves as always. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next one, Jesus loves you all. Peace out.